So now we're going to take a look at a couple more word problems. Of course, the first step when you're setting up word problems is to look for any key words that might be useful when you set up your equation. So Riley bought 3 pair of shoes and 2 scarves for a total of $70. Carson bought 2 pair of shoes and 4 scarves for a total of $60. How much did the shoes and scarves cost? So our variables, I'm going to use H for shoes because S kind of looks like a 5. So H will be the cost per pair of shoes. And for scarves, we'll use a C. So we go through, and Riley bought 3 pair of shoes. So notice I circled those because they go together. So 3 times the cost per pair of shoes and 2 scarves. So we're adding what she paid for the scarves to C for a total of $70. Similar equation for Carson. She bought 2 pair of shoes plus 4 scarves and paid $60. So once you have your equations, you're going to solve by elimination. So when we look at these 2 equations, I notice that my scarves are 2 and 4, the coefficients. So if I do 2 times 2, that will multiply to the 4, but I do need it to be negative. So I'm going to multiply my first equation by -2, rewriting these as I distribute. I will get negative 6H minus 4C equals negative 140. If you're scared because of some of these big numbers, just think 7 times 2 and add the 0 on the end. Our second equation we're going to leave because now our scarves will cancel. Adding our equations together, negative 6 plus 2 gives me negative 4H. My scarves cancel. Negative 140 plus 60, again, think negative 14 plus 6 is negative 8, add the 0 on the end. And dividing both sides by negative 4, we have that each pair of shoes cost $20. So now we need to figure out the cost for the scarves. So going back up to my red equations, I'm going to use one of my original red equations. I'm going to use my second one because the numbers are kind of small. Substituting 20 for H. I need to solve for the price per scarf. 2 times 20 gives me 40. Subtracting 40 from both sides. 4C equals 20. Dividing both sides by 4, we get C equals 5. Final step, we need to check our solution. So I'm going to first of all write my solution as an ordered pair. And in this case, it really doesn't matter the order, but when I defined my variables, I started with the cost per pair of shoes, and the word problem started with the cost per pair of shoes as well. So I'm going to put my shoes first and my scarves second. And I'm going to label my answer. They cost $20 and $5. Using my red equations again, I am now going to check my answer in the first red equation. Substituting 20 for H and 5 for C, does that equal the $70? 3 times 20 gives me 60, 2 times 5 gives me 10, and that does add up to 70. So let's go through one more, and we will be done. Similar, you need to look for those keywords. So Emily and Desiree had a competition to see who could sell more raffle tickets. Emily sold 5 single tickets and 10 packs of tickets for $45. Desiree sold 10 single tickets and 5 packs for $30. So how much did each ticket type cost? So So again, I'm not going to use S, I'll use G for single. So G is the cost of single tickets. And for the packs, we'll use P, cost for the packs. All right, once we identify all our keywords, setting up the equation is pretty straightforward. So we've got 5 single tickets, or 5 times the cost of the single tickets, plus 10 times the cost of the packs equals 45. For Desiree, we've got 10 single tickets plus 5 packs of tickets for $30. Now we need to solve by elimination, and I'm going to need a little more room here. So looking at our equations, we could choose to eliminate G or P because we've got 5 times 2 gives us 10 in both cases. So I'm actually going to choose the second one to multiply by -2 because 30 is smaller than 45. But truly, it doesn't matter. You could choose either equation. So first of all, I'm going to rewrite my first equation because I'm not changing that one at all. And then I'm distributing my -2 to my second equation. So we've got -2 times 10G, -2 times 5P, and all the way over multiplying our 30 by -2 as well. Now my P's will cancel, so I'm going to combine my like terms. 5G minus 20G is -15G. 10P minus 10P cancels, and 45 plus -60 is -15. Dividing both sides by -15, the single tickets cost $1 each. Solving for how much the packs of tickets cost, we use our original green equation to solve for P. I'm again going to use the second one just because the numbers are smaller. 30 is smaller than 45. Substituting 1 for G. 10 times 1 is 10. Subtracting 10 from both sides. 5P equals 20. And dividing both sides by 5, we get the packs of tickets sold for $4. Writing our answer as an ordered pair so that we can check our solution. We had the single tickets first were $1, and the packs of tickets were $4. So we're going to substitute that in. I'm kind of running out of room here. Our first equation, because we did not use that 1 to solve for P. Substituting 1 for G and 4 for P. Does that equal to $45? 5 times 1 is 5, 10 times 4 is 40, and 5 plus 40 is 45, so that one checks out. And your U-Try problems. Please come to class with these at least attempted